Hello guys, and today I'm going to talk briefly about the weird story about Britney Spears and her conservatorship. This is about nanny state control versus the rights of the individual. Now normally I would consider that conservatorships are to be kept for total madmen or madwomen who genuinely haven't got a clue where they are, probably couldn't walk across the road without getting run over, um, don't know what planet they're on, don't know what country they're in, um, and some people would even believe this should belong to people like Joe Biden, who they think doesn't seem to know what city is in or town when he goes to visit them and talk about where he's supposedly in. Anyway, this is about Britney. Now, I never really understood this, and I still don't. Because, to be totally honest with you, I've seen her give interviews, I've seen her on TV shows and perform, she's been releasing new music. Whether you like her music or not is a completely different issue, but I really honestly do not understand why a court has decided that she cannot run her own affairs. I mean, she's nearly 40. She doesn't seem like a vegetable. And all this seemed to be because many years ago she decided to shave her own hair off, or something like that. And because she, shock horror, might get frustrated or angry occasionally because she came from an ordinary family, I believe. And, not a bunch of lawyers or something. Now, to me, I don't understand why she can't be allowed to have her own life, make her own decisions, and why they're trying to force chastity on her. Now, the argument I understand from her family, especially her dad, is that he believes she is naive and that other people are trying to take advantage of her, and they believe that she's too stupid to realise that any potential men in her life are only interested in her for her money, and because they want to be a lazy kept man, a sort of male equivalent of a gold digger, if you like, a sort of male gold digger, and he thinks he's doing what's best for her. But what is what's best for anybody? I mean, it's all about the nanny state. I remember many, many years ago when Jane Couch campaigned successfully for women to be allowed to take part in professional boxing matches in Britain. At the time, the General Medical Council and many others simply banned it on the grounds that women might have their breasts harmed, it might affect them somehow in childbirth, I don't know. They tried to come up with all these medical reasons why men weren't biologically the same as women, and how boxing would hurt a woman more than it would hurt a man. And the nanny state do-gooders mostly men, felt they had the right to tell women what to do and ban them from this particular sport at a professional level because it's for your own good, unquote. Jane Couch successfully campaigned along. I mean, although those weren't her words, I believe they were her sentiments. Her feelings were pretty much our bodies, our choice. And basically, eventually, she won the campaign, and she was the first woman ever, to my knowledge, in Britain to be registered as a female professional boxer that could take part in boxing championships as a woman in Britain. Okay, before then she could compete abroad, but she could not compete within Britain. Many years later, London hosted the Olympics, and it was the first time ever that women's boxing was a professional competitive sport which you could win a gold medal at the Olympics. The first ever gold medal handed out to anyone for women's boxing was to a woman called Nicola Adams from Britain. So basically, Britain won the gold for it, okay? So you might think, well, what's this got to do with Britney Spears? Well, it's all about the rights of the individual. Do you allow people to make decisions which may not be to their best interest of their health, may not be their best interests in terms of mental health, maybe, but nonetheless are what they personally want to do? Do you believe that people should be prohibited from doing anything that might harm them in some minute way? Or do you allow people to make their own choices and have their own successes and failures in life? How far do you go with this? In America many years ago, they tried to ban alcohol. They didn't not only try, they actually did officially ban it. It was officially illegal to make or import it within America. However, this didn't stop it going underground and people doing their own thing. Eventually, the ban was overturned, particularly when the government realised they can make a killing out of taxing it. Okay? But so the point is that, and you know, some people drink, it may not be the best thing for them, but they like it, and it's a matter of personal freedom. What I do not understand is why Britney, given that she seems to be perfectly aware where she is, perfectly aware able to give interviews, why she has been effectively kidnapped by the government and told what she can and cannot do, told that she's not allowed to have any babies, been forced against her will not to have any babies, I believe even been banned from marrying someone. I don't know the details. These are my understandings. I've only heard her side of the story. I understand that a lot of this is going on behind the scenes and I don't know the full story. But I honestly think that the government and her family should get out of her life and let her do what she wants at her own age. But on the other hand, she must also understand that if she chooses to cut her family out of her life, if it all goes wrong for her, she might have to accept dying on the streets. And she must understand that if it goes absolutely catastrophic for her. And not expecting her family to be forced to have her back if she turns her back on them. Anyway, many years ago, there was a song by Engelbert Humperdinck. That was his stage name, right? It was actually a British person, born... Well, actually, it's not entirely British. He was actually born in India, I believe. But he was a British-born Indian. An Indian-born British person is basically white. And I think he was born in India during the time when Britain was still in charge of India or something like that. And then he left at a young age when basically the British were chucked out of India. He took part in the Eurovision in 2012, I think, as an old man. He didn't do too well. But anyway, this is a song he was famous for. I've changed some of the lyrics to be about Britney, okay? The original song was called Release Me. It's about somebody wanting to leave their girlfriend for somebody else. I'm going to change it to Release Britney, okay? Please release her, let her go, for she doesn't want you anymore. To waste her life would be a sin. Release her and let her love again. She has found a new companion, her dad, and not her dad, and Her boyfriend always wants her near. He's kind to her while her dad is cold. Release Britney, let her go. To enslave, please release Britney, let her go. To enslave her would bring both her and her dad pain. So release Britney and let Britney live again. Let her live, let her live. Right, I made quite a few mistakes there, guys, but I think you understand the sentiment, okay? Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.